And we're joined on the phone today by the one and only Stephen Pearcy. He is the frontman for the band Ratt. He'll be playing the Whiskey A Go-Go on Sunset Strip coming up on Friday, April 2nd. Stephen, how you doing today?
Great.
Awesome. Well, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time out with me. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Well, first of all, you've got the big Livestream Concert coming up on Friday, April 2nd, live from the Whiskey A Go-Go out on Sunset Strip. Can you tell the listeners a bit about what to expect coming up with the show?
Yeah, well, I'm doing this. Actually, the show was supposed to be a Ratt show, and we started rehearsing or was auditioning a guitar player for it. It didn't happen, so I took the gig, and it's now a solo show, April 2nd. What to expect? Well, you're going to get a whole lot of Ratt and roll in your face. I want it to be a little more personal than just getting up there and just playing a set and saying thank you, wham, bam. I want to make it a little fun, special guests, play some solo songs, and, my Ratt bastards are good to go.
Awesome. And again, that's coming up on April 2nd. I know tickets are on your website, official StephenPearcy.com. You got some merch up there and some VIP stuff as well. That's cool.
Yeah, it's StephenPearcy.veep.com. And yeah, we're going to throw up some good swag, and make it an event. I mean, look, when was the last time you had a front row seat concert in your house for $10? You know what I'm saying? It's a good deal. I'd do it. It reminds me of the 70s. And while we're at it, that's what the approach we're taking to a lot of things these days is back to basics. I've been through this before.
Yeah, that's awesome. You mentioned you're playing all the hits, of course, the Ratt songs,
yeah.
And you got some special guests joining you, I read, as well.
Yeah, we're going to see who pops in. You never know. I put the feelers out there, and we'll see who comes out to jam,
Well, Stephen, I saw online you were maybe back on good terms again with Bobby Blotzer. You said this was originally supposed to be a Ratt show. How is that going with you and the original guys these days?
Well, we're speaking, we're still, we have a history together. There's no reason to not, this feuding thing, I was not one into it anyway. So, but, we'll see what happens. It would be great if, the original guys could do something to do a record. That would be cool, because I will not do another Ratt record unless it's the original guys. And we'll see what happens. Right now, there's no plans for the band, Ratt, to do anything. Got a lot of restructuring to do. And we'll take it from there. But Bob and I, we're on speaking terms. It's great, and I'd like to put out some unfinished music. We actually started recording, Warren and I.
Yeah, that's awesome. You're seeing nowadays some of these bands you thought maybe would never play again, Guns N' Roses, and you got Danzig back with the Misfits. I mean, it seems like if enough time passes, you start to think maybe about the music again and not all that other stuff.
Well, I got to tell you, when Robin was, out of the picture, unfortunately, I knew, we were just going to go through motions and if we're going to stay together. And so the way I see it is, if bygones can be bygones, all is good,
And again, that show is coming up at the Whiskey A Go-Go on the Sunset Strip, live streaming on April 2nd. And Stephen, it's been almost 40 years or so, I think, since Ratt first got together. Can you talk a bit about, those early years and, what the whiskey and Sunset Strip and all that meant to you guys when you were coming up?
Sure. It's been about 36 or 7 years since 83 with the original guys. What instigated me coming up to L.A. and making it, or saying I was going to make it, was meeting Van Halen in 78. And I moved my band, Mickey Ratt at the time, to LA in 1980, and the whiskey was a place to be. Met Motley, ran around together, and both of us, pounding the pavement, became a house band at the Whiskey. That's what is so cool about me going back to do this stream show. The Whiskey is forever a part of Ratt history. and so many others. Van Halen, Doors, I mean, you name it. Everybody's been in there.
Yeah, with all the stories and the craziness that took place back in those days, it's great you guys made it on the other side, and you're still able to do shows like this.
Yeah, without a doubt. And it's been almost 40 years, so I'm still enjoy some aspects of the business, the creative, the writing, and the business, as is so different. I just take it as back to basics. I love writing, and I've got a 6 solo record in the can waiting to start on. And in the meantime, there's a docu-series on ASY TV coming out in April, too, sometime next month. And, after this concert, there's some good things happening. So keep your ears and eyes open.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. It's that time period, as you mentioned, the business has changed and, musical trends go here and there. But, the fans of that time period are so loyal. And, I mean, they're still out there waiting for new stuff. And, it's great that you guys are still out there making it happen.
I brought this up the other day, and you're so spot on. Our audience, the 80s, it was such a special decade. You'll forever have that, and it's strange that it's just that genre. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like the 80s were the special thing, and so were the 70s. I mean, you look at the Doors movie. Well, that's how it was in the 80s when we were out on the strip. Tons of people, cars, crazy. You never want to lose that, ever. And so it's a good period. That time period is forever cemented, and our fans are very loyal because of it. I think it's just a special period.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned maybe working on a new album. I know you had one out a couple of years ago, but is there something coming out maybe soon, maybe later this year?
Without a doubt. It's been done for quite a bit. Eric Ferentino's my secret weapon there, and the solo stuff. And I mean, I'm already off writing other songs and new things, and preparing for, what's next. So I'd like to have this out summer, definitely end of summer.
And of course, you're doing the live streaming show, but that's best case scenario. Hopefully, you'll be able to actually get back out on the road here soon, and when things start to open up again.
I think that's happening. So we'll see. I mean, I think things are opening up. It's been quite a while. So I'm ready. We're ready to go. My Ratt Bastard solo guy's ready to go. Like I said, as far as Ratt, we'll see what happens next.
Excellent. Well, again, that show's coming up on April 2nd, live from the Whiskey A Go-Go, and you mentioned a lot of other stuff. Is there anything maybe we missed? Something else we should watch for?
Well, that's pretty much, trying to get this show on the, in the books and see what's next. Maybe do another one, plan another one. But looking forward to getting out on the road, getting this record done. Like I say, this docu-series with ASY TV, it's coming out in April. That's going to be pretty interesting. And working on a couple other things. We'll keep an eye on the website, officialstephenpearcy.com. Everything's on there, anything you need to know.
Awesome, man. Thank you again for your time. I'm a big fan, and I'm definitely looking forward to the show here at the Whiskey coming up on April 2nd.
Appreciate it, brother. Anytime, man. Thank you, brother.
And again, that was the one and only Stephen Pearcy, frontman for Ratt. And the show coming up here at the Whiskey A Go-Go on Sunset Strip, Friday, April 2nd. You can get your tickets online, and that is a 9 o'clock Central Time start for that live streaming concert with Stephen Pearcy.